The number one thing you shouldn't do in court is represent yourself, because it's almost a guarantee of losing. Unless you're low tier god. I don't know how. Actually, I do think I kind of know. Is because LowTierGod's baby mama, the girl he hooked up with when she was 17, she also represented herself for some reason. It would have been, I think, a slam dunk case. A little spoiler, LowTierGod actually won this court case, which is top 10 worst endings of all time. Honestly, probably the second worst ending I've ever seen, right behind Stranger Things. It is actually unfortunate, so we're gonna be here dissecting this case. Me giving you really the highlights, because there are quite a bit. But before I actually get to your guys' meal, let's get to the appetizers. And it's just LowTierGod playing Street Fighter 6 and getting the shit beat out of him. The last time I talked about LowTierGod is when I made a LowTierGod fit tier list, because at the time, this is what everyone was making fun of him for. That, and also abandoning his child, and having a baby mama, and peeing in jars, and making really unfunny jokes like this.
You wanna see what I found?
Wouldn't that be funny? She's like, you wanna eat my pussy?
Will you show me how to use it? I couldn't find any bullets.
So, I mean, we don't...
If something's wrong, I should know. What if I have to use one? Okay, but it's not
I mean, we don't know, I mean, obviously this one, we don't know what the fuck is going on.
And being a child predator, allegedly. So, you know, there's actually a chance Dale could take me into court if I get enough attention. And he probably will. This guy is as shameless as they come. Enough verbal assault. Let's get to where he just rages. Right before his court case.
What a joke of a fucking game, dude. Like, what? Joke, dude. No business beat me in a Street Fighter game. It's a complete joke. We
Mind you, that's what happens every single stream he does. He just loses and he reacts like that, like it's new. Every single time. It's so easy to find clips like that of him just sucking balls at freaking Street Fighter. And also, if you were analyzing the clip, I don't know how much I showed. I actually got hypnotized into watching this clip. He kept spamming the same button. Sorry, he was tactically zoning the other guy. To be fair, the other guy was spamming block. Like and subscribe if you get that reference. That's what he did before the court case. You know, just been wasting his life. But now the actual court case. I'm actually going to give you guys the whole rundown of what was happening here, because there is a good part that is skippable. Mostly the woman's defense, because she did not really do a good job, and she brought up child support, which is good, is something that needs to be addressed, not in this case. Yeah, it's really funny, honestly.
This is still the same day. Oh, and then on the 11th, January 11th, she says, you know, the guy that talked about your Balenciaga t-shirt, he wants to know if you want to fight. I can help set that up if you want to fight him. Okay.
At that point, Your Honor, at that point, that's when things begin to progress, and things have just been egregiously progressing to the point where, as you can see, there's her mentioning my mortgage. Not sure how she got that paperwork. People taking pictures of my house, my cars at night. And this is all budding from her and her
All right.
online
Well, what
harassment.
proof do you have of that?
Everything's here.
Okay, give it to my bailiff.
Everything's set in different exhibits. And that's her social media that matches everything that is said in a harassment Discord.
Okay, well, let me.
And that's basically the gist of this court case. Him trying to get a restraining order against his baby mama. because she's telling the truth. I feel like if the baby mama had a lawyer, he could have like fought back pretty well. But I guess to give Dale any bit of credit, he does know the law. He was pretty professional navigating this, unfortunately. He was holding back tears though, I know. He was whining this whole time. Yeah, that's the case of her bringing up all this stuff, which I guess might be unnecessary. The judge agreed that it was unnecessary. The judge also couldn't read either of their evidence, both the baby mama's and Dale's. So, a little awkward. She was squinting really hard. She said she had like 20/10 vision. I don't know what they did. I don't know if they purposely just smeared the words, dialect them or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what was going on with what they wrote down or the chat logs, but yeah, whatever. Also, the question of Dale being a groomer came up. Pretty important question. Pretty good question. And Dale, of course, said,
somebody says, will help take on the deadbeat groomer once and for all. And somebody named Rose says, I'm glad to hear that. Are you a groomer?
No, but it's just something that she's basically been spreading online.
Okay. Well, we don't know that she's referring to you.
basically admitting to not being a groomer, even though he 100% on stream admitted that he is a groomer. In fact, he's not even just a groomer. I think he's still a pedophile because he had sex with a underage person, with someone with 17. And I think at this point he was like 30 something, maybe late 20s. That doesn't make it better. That's still illegal. I don't know how he's getting away with this because there's so much evidence. I think Gideon says that he'll find him in court. I haven't really kept on with like the Gideon and LowTierGod case. I know they had a stream together, but I did remember Gideon saying that he's willing to like buy a lawyer or buy as much legal trouble to help the baby mama. I don't know why the baby mama didn't take it. I don't think Gideon would be lying about that, but whatever. Right after that, the judge shares this evidence with us.
Okay, so she says, I saw Dale at the Poor People's Gym on Thursday, and I can confirm he still has Slim Jim legs. And that's from October 2025. All right, and there's a picture of the petitioner.
And now, yeah, that was a little funny comment. The judge didn't have to share that, but I think she also found that humorous. And you can see the little pixels. I don't know why this isn't like 480p, but you can see the little pixels of Dale closing his eyes, holding back tears. The next big development in this court case is Dale dropping the bombshell, finally admitting that he has a child. I don't know if Dale's had a stream after this court case, I doubt it, but now he has to address that. And now he's gonna have to address that he is a deadbeat. I mean, he's always said some pretty bad stuff, and the judge even acknowledges all the bad stuff he says about the daughter he at the time could have or could have not had, even though he definitely had a daughter.
Offline stalking, people were taking pictures of my home, and like I said, me personally, I know it's hearsay, but I feel like all of this, because I've been doing social media for about 10 years, and the worst time of my life has been when she started doing 13-hour interviews about me, going into these hate discords. This is a whole hate discord used to basically go at my social media, slander me 24/7. And the fact that she's in here as my child's mother, is extremely egregious. So I feel like the best way for me to be protected is I have to have a restraining order. My safety is a risk. People know where I live. She's discussing if I have firearms. She's mentioning my mortgage paperwork. Just things that don't need to be said. If we share a child together, there's no reason for this woman to be trying to figure out ways to dismantle me online and put my safety at risk, considering that in the future, that same child will have to be at that same house.
Do you ever post about her on your social media?
Not one single post about my social media says anything about her.
Right, ma'am. Do you want to respond to what he said?
Yes.
So that one about where you say somebody wants to fight you and you can set it up. Was that you?
Yes, that was me.
And why were you asking him this?
Mr. Wilson he's a streamer and he does gaming and then he reacts. So somebody made a comment about his shirt and then he went on a rant for like 30-45 minutes about he kept talking about pull up and catch the fade.
Like, would a cycle ever stop? Would a cycle ever stop? It's not on my level. You don't know a mother thing about me. You don't know no actor. It's always somebody black. Only a black real world African American Hispanic guy. Get off my deck. Come catch this thing. Right? Not upset at me for wearing a Balenciaga tee that I've worn 1,000,000 times on stream.
Well, why were you at all interested in getting involved in this?
Well, the person that actually made the comment got in contact with me and asked me to get in contact with him.
Okay, and why would you do that?
It just happened.
Are you publishing his personal information online?
I'm publishing my information.
Okay.
I've not published any of his documents online.
You didn't put that mortgage online?
I did not.
Okay, and do you put his home address or his...
I have not.
Okay. Do you do things that might send random people to his house to
I
pick?
never condone anyone going looking for him.
Well, I'm not saying that you had to give them your blessing, but did you do stuff that could result in that happening?
No.
Okay, and at this point, she was making her case. She was trying to make her case. She brought up child support and everything, which was not the time. We're going to skip past that, unfortunately, because it kind of dragged on. There's not much clipping. There's not much clip farm potential here. Sorry. This is how we are in the world now. This is how we are. But yeah, she brought up catching a fade, and like that's really all of that clip. And now we're finally to where Dale wins the case.
Random people who are following somebody on social media to engage in actions that are harassment. And I think that's because of what the post says. So I do find that she is harassing the petitioner. So I'm going to issue a restraining order for 3 years. Ma'am, you are not to harass, attack, strike, threaten, assault him, disturb his peace, and that means emotional or mental calm. It can be done online. I'll make a no contact order except to discuss child-related visits. All right, I'm going to order further, ma'am, that you are not to publish any personal information about the petitioner, such as date of birth, address, California driver's license, social security number, or any financial information on any social media platform. All right, and sir, you can record any conversations that violate my order. That would be any conversations not about the child. All right, so you can pick this up downstairs, sir, at the file viewing room on the first floor, and your child support or your custody and visitation will remain handled in child support. All right, thank you.
So there might be another court case to do with his child support that he probably hasn't been paying. Everyone says he hasn't. I don't know for sure if he actually hasn't, but knowing his character, he definitely does not pay child support. I think in this clip, actually, he admits he does not pay child support, and he also wants CP.
Do you honestly think I'm ever gonna fuck with that kid, authentically love it, or be in his life at all? No, I'm gonna just pay my dues and go on about my life. You can slide me on that that CS. You can slide me on that CS. I don't want nothing to do with that child. I said CP like child support. Get it?
No, I was wrong. He is willing to pay child support. He just doesn't want to meet his kid. Oh my god. Yep, the debt counter is kind of going insane right now. So, yeah, I think that's how we're going to end off this video. Thank you all for watching. There's nothing else to be said, so goodbye.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.